Hey guys, we're live on yet another exciting hashtag Hangouts brought to you by exclusively.com. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
So, how's it going? I'm sure it's crazy, and thank you for doing this. Moments before the show, I'd like to Fashion Week Winter Festival.
It's not that
Cool.
crazy, actually.
How
I'm
are
very
you?
prepared. I'm very calm. So I probably feel it once I go downstairs. At the moment, I've been whisked up because we had to do this with you.
Right.
Um,
Thank you for that.
you know, the girls are getting ready. The
Right.
clothes are done. There's nothing you can do. And I guess we have to wait for Nita Lola to finish her show so we can start with our set.
Yeah, for sure.
Come on, Miss Lula, can you get on with it?
Yeah.
So,
The moment you reach downstairs, you're all calm and collected, and then suddenly everything is happening. Everyone's pulling in different directions.
well, I think
What do
the
you
problem with all these fashion weeks here is they haven't organized themselves where shows are separate from the business. And there's a lot of people who are just hanging on, maybe because it's a Sunday as well. And there's this kind of wrong sense, kind of sensory
Right.
overload non-stop, with people stopping you and wanting to take selfies and, just babbling away.
Right.
And that's actually what's, because, you try and be nice,
Right,
but
for
it's
sure.
a little annoying half
Yeah.
an hour before your show to be pulled and tugged. But anyway,
Yeah. So let's quickly talk about your collection. I watched your spring summer. It was all about the seeing to in the art and
that's right.
transcending
Yeah,
the clothes.
yeah, yeah.
And where are you taking us this time?
Well, this time we're actually taking a slightly more technical and fundamental journey. We've done beautiful separates for years, but people don't know and associate us with them.
Right.
And they really started as a corollary to the main collection. So someone need a pair of trousers, a chicken shirt or something, and it's kind of evolved into its life of its own. And
Right.
they're very influenced by the drapes that Indians wore. And so I just thought now it's time. And it was actually Ekta Rajani who decided to launch it as a separate line and to show it in its own space because then it's suddenly accessible. It has nothing to do with bridal or wedding or
Sure.
occasion where they're easy pieces. They were from 4,000 to about 15, 18,000. And they're very wearable. You can get
Right.
12 this thing. And so we decided to call it TT.DIY, do it yourself.
That's amazing.
And we're going to premiere it this afternoon with a fantastic video we did on Lisa Hayden. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here with us. She had to be in London today because she really embodied this free-spirited energy
Right.
that this line is all about. And so we've done this video with this young filmmaker
Right.
where it's just Lisa and Gaurav Rana from Medieval Buns had the music done with these Iranian
Lovely.
artists. And she's just dancing and with one skirt wearing 5 different tops and then the skirt goes. So it's just this easy, fluid, hippie-like flow.
And she has, and she's just like this gorgeous person. Like she
Yeah,
walks in
so
and she
exactly.
embodies
So,
it.
And
Totally.
it's about how to take these separates and do your own thing with
Right.
them. And this is going to be a big line for us from next spring, summer. And it's
Yeah.
all about separates. So you individualize it. It's not something that'll overpower you. You can mix it with other designers. You
Right.
mix it with pieces from the collection. And I'd love for you to see it. In fact, I'm going to give you the clip of the video to put on with this
Woohoo! We
because
get
it's very
it. Oh,
sexy.
smiling.
Yeah.
So this is something that I always wanted to ask you because with your collection you always take it's sometimes it's art or a particular place or it's history that transcends into clothing.
Well,
How
today
do you?
it was actually in that video we've shown photographs of, I feel like conscious India is now in our city to go around. Everyone's in these little dresses, blah blah blah.
Right.
But there's a big India that's still draping in the old way, and it's
Right.
dying, it's going, right?
I always find myself always talking about the old India.
Yeah, so
And
we're
always
taking these
go there.
photographs of people on
Yes.
construction sites.
Right.
These women, the way they hitch their saris, and we make skirts that look like that, and the men in the KDU jackets.
Right.
And I think that fashion must have a reference or a functional need. It can't
Yeah,
be just
yeah.
be something pretty, and so much of it is derivative. It has to follow.
It's all utilitarian.
Yeah, well, it's utilitarian at one level, but it
Yeah.
also intellectually must stem from a need that you have. You wear white in the tropics in summer.
Right.
You wear black and wool in winter in London. I mean, there's a need.
For sure. Yeah.
It works at many different levels. There's seduction, there's hierarchy, there's power. I mean,
Yeah, there's so many different
layers.
levels.
Yeah, like our different selves. So
Yeah.
basically, we're trying to. So this is really about taking from what I've seen, and it's taken me 20 years because we needed to be able to drape in that simplicity. And how in India people mixed and matched things,
For sure,
very
yeah.
unconsciously.
Right.
In the same way you probably did just put on the shirt, you put on a pair of jodhpurs, whatever. But now, with the Nouveau India, they want everything matching. They want a petticoat to match,
Right.
Even though they've got 100 black sarees. I'm like, chill, man.
Yeah.
You don't need the
Oh, we
100
always
petticoats.
have that. Yeah, for sure.
So it's to go back to that fluidity and to give the young people of India, I mean the youth, all of your generation, some connect to the past with relevance in the
and
future
something
instead
to
of just
play
being
with.
Western. Yeah,
Because,
absolutely.
and now you must be
Always
wondering,
important to have something to play with.
dialers, dial in from left to right, and we can have them ask you their questions.
Sure.
Let's do that.
Hi.
You're live.
Hi, Tarun. Hi, Mav.
Hello.
My name is Tara.
Hi, Tara.
Hi. So my question for you, Tarun. First, I'm really happy to be here, having the chance to talk to both of you. My question is, Tarun, you've been a fashion icon in the industry for so long. Have you seen any significant change in Indian bridal trends over the years?
Indian bridal trends had become, I think the biggest thing that I saw was that it became too overlayered and too much. The jewelry was down to here, the makeup artists were transforming. Brides weren't looking like themselves anymore. But I feel that we've reached the tipping point now, and I'm seeing a lot of younger, cooler brides who don't want to show daddy's bank balance, who want to wear very fine things, who want to be comfortable, who know that they want to dance straight after the wedding, the pundits out, the DJs in. They're dressing for themselves. And I think there's no better trend than that. Because that shows that the country or someone young is self-confident.
And
it's
more
really,
importantly, the bride can actually enjoy the day without feeling
exactly,
down with
exactly.
all those
So in a continuation of this story, what we're doing today with the separates,
right.
I've been wanting to do the shoot with Harper's where we take bridals and deconstruct them and show you how to wear them in different ways in the future. Wear your lehenga with a satin shirt or a turtleneck with a brooch. Use
bridal
these
style
things.
one-on-one.
Exactly.
That's amazing. Okay, let's go to question number 2.
Hi, Mav. Hi, Tarun. My name is Roshni.
That's Roshni from Team Ismailani.
Hello, Roshni.
Hi. So nice to be here. I'm so excited. And my question's for my best friend who's getting married this winter. What would be your advice to her when she's shopping for her trousseau and like just putting together all the new things that she's going to own once she's married?
Well, I think my best advice that I could give anybody is to do it for herself. I don't think bridal should be about a trend or a trousseau. It should be classic. These are the most beautiful things you buy. They should be things that reflect your personality and have longevity. Remember, you're not an actress, so you don't have to change your look and personality every day. You have to play yourself and have fun going through different functions. People get it a bit mistaken. That's the most important advice, to do what works for her. Not to listen to 100 people, not to show daddy's bank balance. All these things don't count anymore.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Lovely. Now we can go to caller number 3.
Hi, Tarun. Hi, Marv.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. So my question is, okay, Tarun, so what's your favorite classic silhouette and what would you recommend the modern woman to wear or invest in fact?
Well, I have to say that while I understand why people have switched so much to Western clothing because it's functional, it's close to the body, you're running around the city, the fabrics don't crush because they're not that thin. I still think that Indian women look absolutely stunning in Indian things, right? Because they can carry it in a way that, if I put an American in a sari, she's always going to look like a wreck. Likewise, many Indians look like wrecks on their dresses, But everybody looks great in a sari. And I always say that if you took somebody even really fat and you gave her to Mr. Armani, what's he going to do? He's going to give her a pantsuit or a dress. But if she knows how to wear a sari beautifully, she can still look amazing, like a lot of our grandmothers do.
Yeah.
So I think it really depends on what you are. The sari is beautiful. I love the new sari drapes or the dresses that look like they have a sari because they have one piece of extra pala, something. I find that very feminine. I think a bit of draping for me always softens the silhouette and makes it something more than just a simple, plain, clean thing that contours your body. You can belt it, you can clinch it. I love anarkalis. I'm a little very over the top things. And today's show, which you're going to see in a bit, is all separate. And we're going to have some of the models actually change on stage and choose what they want to wear. So it's all mix and match. So you take a crop top, you can wear it with a sari, you can take the same crop top, wear it with a dhoti skirt, wear it, pants. I think that's the new thing, which I think is so cool for Indian women.
Also,
now.
like I like in the past 4 years, we've seen like the sari's gone through major transformation.
It's fantastic.
And now,
I think it's very exciting.
My favorite is when you do saris with like really cool tailored jackets, and
I
then you
love
have the
that
color
too,
going on
yeah.
top of the belt.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah,
That's
we started that
really,
10, 15
yeah,
years back,
yeah.
you know. Even you wrap the pallu inside and just belt it. But
Right.
even if you don't want to wear a sari because you're not that used to, there's nothing worse than a sari draper who pleats this obi-like thing and sticks a diaper pin, right? So that's why you have the new sari drape.
Right.
It's fluid. You have a zipper. It's the ease of wearing a dress.
Right.
You can drop it to the knee. A sari doesn't have to come to the floor. But that draping around the body gives you Indian women something that nothing compares. It's really sensual.
Yeah.
Yeah. And long crop tops were in. You could show whatever you wanted under a piece of chiffon. I mean, what kind of liberty is that to have, right?
True, true. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and all the best. Yeah.
Watch the show. You'll understand.
Yes, excited, very excited. Thank you.
Next color.
Hi Mav, hi Tarun. I just wanted to ask if you were to collaborate with an artist or a designer, which one would be your favorite, and what kind of collaboration would you look at doing?
Well, I collaborate with artists quite often. I just finished a collaboration with the Singh twins, who are these modern miniature painters who live in the UK. And they're identical twins who dress identically. So there's a beautiful psychotic feel to the whole thing. Their work is brilliant.
Yes.
And actually, for fall winter, which we'll show in March, I'm working with a sculptor who just passed away from a retrospective, Mrinalini Mukherjee. And her work was superb. I think that, you know, I'm a little over going to Turkey and China and doing these sort of things. But I think with an artist, you can work at a much more cerebral level. And I'm sure there'll be many more to come.
Okay.
Artists, I also wanted to know, like, you know, for the younger designers who are watching, when you're looking at all these inspiration, you want to take an artwork or an architecture and transcend it into clothes. And what, like, for you, what's the main difficulty that you face, or is there any,
Well,
any
you know, I tried many
complications?
years back to work with Anjali Menon, but because the work was so figurative, I found it very difficult because there's too many bodies on the clothes, you know. It didn't look right to me, and so we abandoned the project.
Right.
In the case of Mrinalini Mukherjee, because she did all that hem sculpture, we were working a lot with crochet and knitting and embroidered techniques to create those textures.
Right.
With the Singh twins, we cut and paste. I never use the artist's work as it is. I always collage it. So we take the scans, we cut them up, and we re-collage to our pattern. There's a reference. You can't be literal. The way Mary Quanton, so I can never pronounce her name, does it with the architectural prints.
Okay.
Different people will do it in different ways. I think one of the first people to do it was Yves Saint Laurent in the 60s, where he did, you know, with all the French impressionists, and he embroidered Van Gogh.
Right.
That was literal on tailored jackets. But for that time, it was a revolutionary idea. I think Schiaparelli before him, you know, did that with surrealism. So I think with each age, we find different ways, and new technologies with digital printing and digital will allow us to use it in different ways that perhaps was not possible 30 years back.
And that's the most fun about being and doing what you do and what you guys do is just like there are different forms to create things. And
you know, now we work with the big boardroom, and there are people always cutting and chopping and making collages and making artworks. And honestly, that's the reason I would sign up, because every day I walk in and I'm like, wow. It's like being in play school all day. I'm like a kid, and you know, with all these crayons and boxes and, you know, dinky cars, except that we're doing all this with collections to come. It's wonderful.
And exactly, like taking from that now, as we all know, we are all moving, and we're already into the digital age. Everything's going online.
My God, I feel like Ripper and Winkle. I fell asleep for 20 years and woke up. I was like, shit, I can see it's all flying around the airways.
But it's beautiful.
They call it Wi-Fi.
It's Wi-Fi. There are things, there's information everywhere.
It's
so
flying around.
People are shopping. Not only
when we get glasses, then we can see all these things. You know, like if we're at glass, we'd be like ducking with helmets.
So could happen. So retail, everything you retail online on exclusively.
Yeah. We did for a while, and we're going back onto exclusively.in. I think it's very important in India because of the diaspora, but also because we don't have that many wonderful retail outlets, and it's the only way people can reach and access whatever they want. You know, there is no choice in a country like India. It's not like America where there were 5,000 malls, you know, where people could drive to, and even they're shopping online. And let's face it, with everything that's coming up today, and people's lives are so hectic and things are so demanding, you know, you do a lot of your stuff online.
Yeah, for sure. And right now with this whole culture, and exclusively does it is where the quick turnover, like the moment it's on the ramp, it's available on the website. What's your take on
I
this?
think it's nice, but the truth is that's okay if you're showing in Lakme. So whatever's on the ramp today,
Right.
it's in our stores,
Right,
right?
right.
And so exclusively, for instance, could get it for somebody. If you show the other model where you show 6 months in advance,
Right.
then of course it's not because they're going to production runs.
Right,
But
sure.
also the problem of copying, I'm questioning the validity of that. You have to keep reevaluating what you do and why you do it.
Constantly, yeah. Let's go to the next caller, and we have a couple more questions. Then we have to go for a show.
Yeah, it would be good
yes.
to let
Yes, sure, for
someone
sure.
know.
Yeah, yes. And we have Sanjay and Mohini from Exclusively. Hey
Hey.
guys.
The Dusheks of Delhi.
Hi Marvin. Hi Rick Van Winkle. Hi Tarun. How are you guys doing?
Good, thank you.
So obviously our questions are very much in line with what you were originally just talking about in terms of e-commerce and
Wait,
digital.
do you qualify? No, okay, that's fine. Okay.
For the best question.
So that doesn't qualify. It better be good.
So I have a question and Mohini has a question, but my question is specifically on e-commerce. Where do you see the industry going in the next few years? How do you see luxury being kind of a cornerstone of that adoption online? Is it going to move online? Do you feel that luxury can be sold effectively online?
We have no choice because the distribution is for at least designer clothing, which is the area I do. And a lot of the big chain stores have floundered, and it's stayed at a very boutique level. Kind of run by prominent socialite housewives, but they're not really going anywhere from what I see. They're not being built into serious businesses. So there is no choice. It has to go online. Maybe for a bridal from Israel, wouldn't be so eager to online for simpler things. And once they have the guarantee that a brand will deliver the same size, once you know your size of the brand, like if I want to shop at Tod's, I don't need to go. I know exactly what size.
Right,
So I can look online and shop. But if the cuts keep changing and you're not consistent, so it's about as the industry gets more professional, I think people will have an easier time shopping. And for a certain kind of product, there's no way. I mean, we have no choice.
So, and the best question is winning this. I have from exclusively.
All right, so I have one question.
We have question. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my question is about brand building. And Tarun, what do you think today's designers need to think about in terms of brand building in today's digital media, always on, always connected world?
So, like I was joking with them, I said I felt like Rip Van Winkle fell asleep and I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
20 years later, I wake up, oh my God, what's going on? It's too important to be in the digital space. I mean, and it's exponential because everyone has a smartphone and everyone under 25 or 30 is constantly accessing it. That's half this country. Accessing all this information and I've done so much R&D the last 2 months, you have to have it all tabulated and formatted for your phones, for your iPad, blah, blah, blah. One has no choice. It's a wonderful one because you can talk directly to your customer as well. And frankly, in this age of more and more paid media, I think that's a great privilege because people will follow you if they're interested in what you do and you have something authentic to say to them. It's not possible to follow everybody, but I think at an intellectual level, that's how you can make yourself be differentiated. Past the point of having a Bollywood star or starlet keep walking on clothes. That's instant, it's great for the NI, but everyone's doing it. You don't stand out anymore. In fact, I think you stand out if you don't do it. But the brands who sponsor these things want to do that all the time. So I know it's good for instant eyeballs, but to get into really having someone understand what makes your brand different is you've got to get in here at some level.
Right,
it's also emotional, it's what it feels like, and it's consistency.
Yeah. So I think we've have gone through all the questions. Yeah, we've gone through all the questions. We're live. We're still live. Okay, so now we're going to wrap this up, and I have one very important question to ask you. you have this impeccably amazing sense of humor with all the chaos backstage. I know at Fashion Week there are a few people who take fashion so seriously, a little too seriously.
I take it very seriously, but you can have a sense of humor.
Exactly, and there are some people who are like, no, that's wrong, and this and that. And do you have advice for them? Because I think they need to like.
Well, I learned this from a lot of my English friends who are truly eccentric. I mean, you can't take yourself too seriously. You've got to have a laugh. I mean, God, it diffuses anything.
Right.
I mean, have a laugh.
Just have a giggle, it's fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
And Tarun, do you have a message to our viewers at Team Miss Malini and Malini who's watching?
Well, I think you're very lucky to be able to interact, to get first-hand information, to be exposed in this way. It's wonderful for me to be here.
We love
having you to have this whole thing, and keep going from strength to strength.
Yay. So now, guys, I hope you'll enjoy the hangout. Tarun,
you do remember that the best question I'm trying to hide. Yeah, okay, there.
There we go.
The best question is going to get this hamper full of goodies. And guess what? Sanjay and Mohani do not qualify. That was a very good question.
But all right, so Tarun, we're gonna
see you backstage.
And we're gonna see you backstage and have an amazing show,
Thank
guys.
you.
Follow Miss Malini at Miss Malini and at Team Miss Malini on Twitter and stay tuned.
We hope Miss Malini feels a little better. Is she better?
She's
sitting in bed with a thermometer and a turban. Okay.
See you guys.